This summer, I and Ines Mitchell, we did a course, I taught a documentary course in Scotland. We took 15 students there to document the referendum on independence. So we filmed politicians, taxi cab drivers, musicians, the founder of the Scottish Poetry Library, activists, head of media for both the Yes and No campaigns. We also filmed several playwrights, a world-renowned transgendered female Scottish playwright. So we did all kinds of things in Scotland, and it took a ton of prep work. I teach a documentary course here, and it was much different. So I had to do, over 100 hours of prep work to find characters that my students could film. And we broke the students up into 5 teams of 3, and they each got 3 characters to follow. One was usually a politician, one was just kind of an everyday citizen, and one was, usually kind of a random person that they found themselves. It was a really fun experience, and I think the students got a lot out of it. And for me, I found myself kind of acting as the producer, the person that managed them. Before we left, I did several prep courses, about 8 to 10 hours of prep courses where the students learned the foundational skills of documentary cinema, of filmmaking, how to tell a story, how to tell something visually. And then once we got there, we could kind of hit the ground running. So that's what they did. And they ended up filming some really interesting things. They filmed Yes and No campaign. They made referendum films. They did time lapses. They did city symphonies. We're now making an interactive website that you see here called Scotland Docs, where we're going to have data and try to get it into the Scottish educational system. And a side note, we were also interviewed by the BBC World News that has over 150 million listeners. And that was a really cool experience for both me and one of my students to be interviewed on that program. Thank you.